That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff. But
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Yo. What's up? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, this is the Road to 5K Sales. My name is Rashad Milligan. And I have to keep it a gangster, bro. I have to keep it a billion, bro. I have to keep it a billion. Tonight, I was, to give you the break, I fell asleep. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I fell asleep during the game, but I would be remiss. I don't even do game breakdowns on here. I don't even do game recaps, game so-and-so's, and this isn't a game breakdown because I was asleep. However, I do have to make a video about this because who would I be to be who I am, to cover this team, right, on a regular basis, and to be the number one dream criticizer, the number one Ryan Howard in particular criticizer, and not make a video when things are going right. The Dream have won 4 games in a row. Ryan Howard this was the most impressive win of the season, hands down. You're on the road against a quality opponent. This is one of those ones. If you lose, it's like, okay, all right, Seattle, pretty good team. They have some good vets and stuff like that at the top of the lineup and stuff. They got Dom. She's still figuring it out and everything like that. With the Ricky, she's getting more minutes. She's scoring a little more, getting the rotation a little early in the game. If you lose this game, it's fine. It's understandable. We get it. Down 17 points on the road to Seattle, and them jokers came back, bro. I'm going to tell you when I fell asleep. I was supposed to go to sleep an hour before the game. Didn't happen. 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock did not happen. So I put on the game on the TV, right? So now it's 10 to 11. Did not happen. I'm kind of scrolling like on my phone a little bit and stuff like that, trying to see what everybody in town is doing and everything, but nothing. 11 o'clock, my alarm goes off because I set my alarms for like 11, 11:15, 11:30. It's still nothing. Still up. About 11:30, the middle of the third quarter, a little bit towards the end of the third quarter, Alicia Gray hits a big 3 to cut the lead down to 2. All the way from 17 to 2. I said, oh my goodness, like this is crazy. Like they came back. And I'm like, okay, they're still battling though. Seattle's still battling. I guess then I fell asleep some way, somehow. I wake up, I look at the screen. It says this game has ended. The little, league pass little, screen. I said, okay. I look at my phone. Oh, yeah, these ladies hooping. Good win. I said, good win. They won. They was down by 20 points. Man, I look at this. The first number that pop off is 33, bro. Like I say, I don't even make videos about no games. But if I'm going to be the top Ryan Howard criticizer and the top Atlanta Dream criticizer, I have to make a video and give credit where credit is due, bro. Ryan Howard, 36 minutes, 33 points, 6 rebounds, 5. That's what I'm talking about, bro. I'm not even going to lie to you. You got to keep it a gangster. Real got to keep it real. Like what today said, if I'm gonna make a billion videos about Ryan Howard drought and Ryan Howard struggling rough patch, I need to make at least one video when she do right. That's what I need to do. I believe she went 12 for 24 from the field. You know what I'm saying? I did see the dagger and things of that sort. It was a tweener, hard dribble with the left, right into the pull up. Bottoms, crazy, man. Crazy, man. And that was like little less than a minute left, about 55 seconds less. You have to give credit where credit is due. Ryan Howard, that's how you show up. That's how you play. I think Ryan Howard is naturally a top 5 talent in the world. And that is why I'm so tough on Ryan Howard, because a lot of times it's like, we know you have the ability. You've shown it multiple times, but it's too many nights where it's like, single-digit scoring performances, 11-point performances, 12-point performances. She was shooting coming into tonight 29% from 3. She went like 2 for 18 last weekend from 3. So it was like, I'm on her because it's like, we know you can play better than this. We've seen you play better than this. And she was still playing well when she was struggling shooting. She was playing well, everything else. Distributing the ball, playing well within the offense. Defense is going just a crazy level this season. She's been kind of making all the right plays, just been missing every shot. And sometimes she was forcing some bad shots in the midst of her shooting struggles. But when it go well, boy, man, shooting nearly 50%, or not even nearly 50%. She shot 50% from the field tonight, bro. 33 points, like I said, and to go along with the 6 rebounds and the 5 assists. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Lee shows up like she usually does. She's easy, kind of consistent scoring. She's probably the most consistent scorer that you're going to find on this roster. 28 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists for her. Bree Jones is someone when they were coming back, when the lead was like 17 and they were still fighting and ones, rallying, yelling after the and ones and stuff like that. Nas Hillman as well, she had a chase down block, but Bree Jones had a couple big and ones where she was yelling. The team was down by 15, 14, 13 points, double digits, and she was cutting it to 11. She was cutting it to 9. Then she had to bring it back to 11. Then she bring it back to 9. That was Bree Jones. She ended up in 29 minutes with 15 points and 5 rebounds. Like I said, Nas Hillman, she also has some passion plays as well. Y'all know I'm a Nas Hillman fan on this side as well. 11 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists in 24 minutes of playing time. BG's first game back, you see she had limited minutes, 15 minutes. Semesco's really working her back into the rotation and back into the lineup. In the meantime, Nas Hillman continues to get more minutes, and she steps up where need be. Carl Semesco in previous games said he wanted to play Nas more because he sees the talent and he knows that she's a good player. It's just tough when you're sitting behind 2 all-stars like Bree Jones and Brittany Griner. So that was the case there. Let me see. Pow in limited minutes. She's coming back. This is her second game back with the eye injury, with the face injury and things of that sort. And she still had in 9 minutes 5 points and 2 rebounds and an assist. You know what I'm saying? Like, never empty calories with her. Nia Coffey, a great all-around player as always. 3 rebounds, 2 assists. No points, but 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Shatori Walker Kimbrough, that's someone else who, you know what I'm saying, I've been kind of tough on coming out, brand new franchise, everything like that. 22 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Like I said, I ain't see the game, so I don't know, you know what I'm saying, the exact impact and the plays that she made to help the team, you know what I'm saying, rally and come back and win and things of that sort. But salute to Shatori as well, man. Great team win, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Great team win. Like I said, 4 wins in a row, 5th win of the season. But this is the one that I'm most impressed by because it's a game like you weren't necessarily supposed to win. I feel like Dallas at home, Connecticut at home, you're supposed to win those games. Hold on, let me see the schedule to see the other games and stuff like that. Hold on. Give me a second. Oh, LA on the road is a good win. At the same time, supposed to beat LA. LA is still young. You know what I'm saying? Rakia was coming back from injury, things of that sort. You still really supposed to win that. All due respect to KP and De'Erica, you're still supposed to win that game in LA. But yes, shout out to the Dream, bro. 100%. That is a great win, dude. That's a great win on the road. And now you have next Friday, you have a whole week off. And you're traveling across the country to face Connecticut. That should be another win. And then, you got a rematch with Indiana. So let me think. When was Caitlin ruled out for 2 weeks? Let me see. Because it's really all on Caitlin. 2 weeks. All right. It was 3 days ago. Oh, no, 4 days ago. What was the date? The date was May 26th. Let me look at my calendar. May 26th. So it was Monday. So 2 weeks. So she should be back at the earliest June 9th. This game is June 10th. So Caitlin might be back that game, and then you got the beginning of the Commissioner's Cup to end the week back at home against Chicago. That's going to be crazy in Atlanta in College Park. to be exact, with Angel Reese coming into town and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see. But for the time being, you got a whole week to kind of bask in this win. They'll probably get some practices in for the first time all season, all regular season, and then you got Connecticut on Friday. So you can't sleep. You have to continue to win the games you're supposed to win, as they've been doing this season. And this was a really good win for them. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So I needed to say that because, like I said, like if I'm gonna be the toughest on the dream, I definitely need to, what I'm saying, say when they do right, bro. Because like it's a good win. It's a good win, and that's a great performance from Ryan Howard. So press conferences will be up whenever they are in. Like I said, I was asleep, so there's no need for me being like, Coach, what was the key in the third quarter? I fell asleep in the third quarter. Okay, what's next? Brian McKnight's son has tragically departed Earth. He's passed away. Rest in peace to Brian McKnight's son, Nico McKnight. Extreme son of Brian McKnight reportedly passes of cancer. This is from the Griot. Claude McKnight, the brother of the polarizing R&B singer, confirmed that Nico has passed away on social media. This was posted on May 30th, which is today, or yesterday if you're in the Eastern time zone. Nico McKnight, a singer and guitarist who also happens to be the extreme son of R&B star Brian McKnight, has reportedly died after a battle with cancer. The news was confirmed by the brother. Oh, hold on. Who wrote this? By the way? Panama Jackson. Shout out to Panama Jackson. The news was confirmed by the brother of Brian, Claude McKnight, in a video posted on TikTok on May 29th. The date Nico passed away has not been yet confirmed as of yet, nor his age. Dang, that's sad. Also, that's a video. This morning, I found out my nephew, Nico McKnight, passed away. He's been bravely battling cancer for the past 2 years or so, Claude said. Nico was one of those amazing kids, and quirky and curious and ridiculously talented. Amazing singer, amazing guitar player, had an eye as a photographer, and one of those kids, in at least my estimation, that you always wanted to be around. He continued in his praise of his nephew. Nico, born Nicholas, and his siblings and mother made headlines some years ago as personal matters turned public when it was revealed that Brian had an estranged relationship with several of his children. As recently as 2024, he referred to his 4 oldest children, Brian Jr., Nico, Brianna, and Clyde, as products of sin. Oh my goodness. Saying that in order to live a life that you love, you have to get rid of that evil and negativity, even if that evil and negativity is related to you, according to page 6. Claude didn't address the family drama directly, but did speak on the topic. I wanted to post this about Nico, about his legacy, about how amazing he was, not about what some of you have heard about family drama that has existed for quite some time in our family. He said in the video, I don't know exactly what is going on there. I know what I've seen. I know what I've heard from all parties involved. A lot of things didn't get resolved. Claude McKnight added, I know that kid had a lot inside, a lot of eating at him for a long, long time. I may have contributed to what happened to him. What I do know, he's out of pain right now. I just want to uplift that young man. R.P. Nico McKnight. Yes, for sure. Kid was extremely young. Like they said, they can't confirm his age, but I believe he was, I don't even want to speculate about his age, but extremely young man. And to go out with cancer, that is a sad story. Here's the video, the TikTok that we saw earlier. But here's the video.
So all day, I said to myself I wasn't going to post about this. And as the day wore on, I realized that how could I not post about this? This morning, I found out that my nephew, Nico McKnight, passed away. He'd been bravely battling cancer for the last 2 years or so. And I have a lot of feelings right now. I'm not going off a script or anything like that. I'm just going to be raw with how I'm feeling. Nico was one of those amazing kids who was quirky and curious and ridiculously talented. Amazing singer, an amazing guitar player, had a great eye, was a photographer. And just one of those kids that, at least in my estimation, was somebody you always wanted to be around. And so it really sucks that he's no longer with us. And I will also say, probably one of the reasons why I wasn't going to post about it is I post a lot of things, but I don't post a lot of really, really serious subject things, or certainly family things. And I wanted to post this about Nico, about his legacy, about how amazing he is, and not about what some of you may have heard about, the family drama that has existed for quite some time uh, in our family. I'm not here to discuss that or to talk about how that happened or why it happened. Um, this is not the time or the place, but what I will say is in any situation, there's always at least three sides to a story. There's my side, your side, and the truth. And the truth, a lot of times, is somewhere in between. So here's the thing, I don't know exactly what was going on there. I know what I've seen, I know what I've heard from all parties involved, and I try not to judge. I just try to be as loving to each person as I can be because apparently there's so much hurt going on, or was so much hurt going on, that a lot of things didn't get resolved. And again, I want to go back to Nico. I know that kid had a lot inside, a lot eating at him for a long, long, long time. That may have contributed to what happened with him. What I do know is he's out of pain now. And so I can rejoice in the fact that he no longer has to go through the chemo and the radiation and everything else. But I just want to uplift that young man and say we will see him again one day. I love you, Nico. Uncle Claude.
I say that's really tough. B, I definitely need to see, like, while I'm out here. I don't know. It's just kind of like a good reminder that I need to see my nephews and my niece for sure. I want to see some more about like this thing, like if there's a actual video. Okay. Let me see. Hey, once we get to 5,000 subs, if you're new to the channel, I'm getting YouTube Red. No more advertisements on my reaction videos. I'll just be, you know what I'm saying? Feel me?
Hey guys, it's Brian McKnight.
This is from how many years ago? 5 years ago? This 5 years ago. Brian McKnight on camera talking about the whole thing about abandoning his kids. This is something I heard about in passing, but like I just didn't really, honestly, I didn't look into too much just because it's like, all right, that seemed crazy. That's crazy, bro, but kind of minding my business.
I've been traveling about 17 hours to Guam. I have a concert tonight, and I got off the plane to some of the most heinous craziness I've ever seen in my life, that my oldest son, Brian, would post that I'm abandoning my children. And the reason why, I suppose, is because I have a new family. And I guess this stems from a post that I made the other day about my son, Jack, who I'm very proud of, which isn't to say I'm not and haven't been proud of my other children, but I was proud of this one for the things that he did that day. But we'll get back to that in a second. Anyone who knows me knows over the last 20 years, 30 years now, as a matter of fact, that I've been there for my children every step of the way until recently. And let's be clear, my two sons are 30 and 27, not 12, not 13, but 30 and 27. Now, my daughter's about to turn 18. That's another story I'll get to in a second. I've never missed a day of child support. I've never done anything adverse to my children whatsoever. I've always been there. I've always been there with advice, whether they took it or not. I've always been the sounding board, and I've always been the one that tried to help them achieve whatever dreams they were wanting to reach out for. I guess one of my only faults is that I gave my children everything that I didn't have in the hopes that they would appreciate it, because I know how much I would have appreciated it when I was their age. I would tell you, as parents out there, entitling your children is probably one of the worst things you can do, and I know I am guilty of that. For whatever reasons, I'm guilty of that. Tough love is a tough thing as a parent to try to institute to your children, because you want to help them as much as you can. And I did as much as I possibly could. When I stopped doing that for them, BJ was 25 and Nico was 22. And it wasn't like I completely cut them off at that point. That happened much later. But I've
That
been
happened
there.
much later. It's
When I
crazy.
put them out of my house, I gave them an apartment for 2 years. And I said, guys, this is it. This is the time to grow up. I'm giving you 2 years. I'm going to pay for everything for 2 years, but you're going to have to work or do something because at the end of those 2 years, that's going to be it. It's time to be men here, guys. It's time to grow up. At the end of those 2 years, they hadn't done any of it. It was just right around the time that Leilani and I had gotten together. Leilani was working at Children's Hospital. And let's be clear, Leilani has been one of the only people who's been an advocate to keeping us together, to keeping us having a relationship because she wants to have the nuclear family as much as I did. And they have spit in her face at every turn. She got them jobs at the hospital, $18 an hour with benefits and with the option of the hospital actually paying for them to go back to school. They said, and I quote, that they knew they didn't want to stop smoking and they would have to pass a drug test. And the day I had the doctors looking into it, Nico's on there, taking a big puff, which is fine. If you want to smoke, that's fine. I'm not saying that that's bad. If that's your choice, that's your choice. But what I'm telling you is that we have been advocates for them every step of the way. Now let's go to the part where we have been estranged. Again, we talk about abandonment. I'm not abandoning them. We are estranged, which happens more often than not in this particular situation. BJ broke into our home a few months ago and he put X's on the eyes of our wedding photos. And then he put a photo of my first wedding on Leilani's vanity. It was at that moment. And after I heard him say, and was pointed to from other friends of mine that saw his posts on social media, that he basically said that I was better off dead to him than alive. I was more valuable to him dead than alive. And that was the end of me dealing with him.
It's a child, bro. Like, I mean, like, I understand, like, dude might have been 25 at the time, right? At the same time, it's still like he's obviously having a tough time with you having this new life with this new woman, but B, like, kicking him out the crib. Like, it's a weird thing because I'm not necessarily a nepo baby, right? Like, I moved back in to my parents for a couple of, I say a couple years, like 1 year with my mom and then 1 year with my dad when I first moved back to Atlanta. And then the last year I lived in Atlanta by myself again. And then every other year after college, I've lived on my own. So it's like, I don't know, like, but I'm saying all this to say, like, they wanted to help me out, and then towards kind of like a couple times they proposed rent. Anytime they propose rent, I would pay my share and things of that sort. But I ain't gonna pay rent to stay with my folks, bro. Like, I might as well just live by myself. So I don't know. I always take that independence and things of that sort at the end of the day, for real, over saving money, because living with your parents as an adult is crazy too. Like, they just, you still kind of live under their rules and stuff like that. And it's like, bro, like, once you live by yourself and you pay bills by yourself and stuff, like, it's frustrating. So for me, I'm saying all this to say, for me, I personally didn't want to live under my parents after a certain age because it just gets annoying, bro. Like, and I love my folks. But like, it gets annoying, bro. Like, you can't fully even just live the way that you're used to living after living by yourself for 4 years of school. And then, a few years after school, if you were living by yourself after school. So for his kids, though, they might have just really liked living, under Pop's roof, because Dad, like he said at the beginning of this video, he's 17 hours of traveling to Colombia or wherever he is in the world, Peru, wherever he is, to perform a show. So Joker, if he mostly on the road, they probably like, Pop's barely home. That's where we get our freedom. That's where we get our independence. And he cover everything. And that's the reason why he worked, is to cover everything for us, generational wealth. So it's like, if Black people working for generational wealth, and Brian McKnight might have achieved generational wealth for his kids to eat, it's like, why you gotta be like, nah, kids, y'all gotta go, y'all gotta work. I don't know, bro. It's a weird thing, bro. I think there's a bunch of weird dynamics, full stories that we don't know. Like his brother said, it's Brian McKnight's truth, the kid's truth, and then the truth. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I feel like those kids were probably told like they good. As long as you got me, you good. And then, he met this new lady, and the new lady might have been like, yo, that's crazy that you got your 20-some-year-olds in here. And he probably booted him out the house after that, booted him out the crib, said, you gotta skedaddle and get a job. And they're like, I hate this lady. She making us get jobs. Like, Dad, I thought you said you had us. Like, you said, want to make a dream come. Like, that song alone would have been enough to hold us. You know what I mean? So I get what they saying from their side point, but and then it's like, if you haven't been trained, like I said, I'm not a nepo baby, so it's like I think I've grown up with parents who have done well for themselves 100%. I had to say that. But at the same time, it's like, me personally, I always wanted to, you know what I mean? Like, I always had that itch to be independent and get it on my own and not ask for help, financial help from my folks. Like, halfway through college, we're working jobs and stuff like that, and having scholarship money and, you know what I'm saying, scrabbling up other money and everything like that, and benefits. I was paying my way through school, bro. Like, I paid my way through school probably like the second half of college. And so it's like, that's just kind of the mentality I've always had of just like, I'm gonna get it on my own, But that's my mentality. If you were raised on some like, daddy got you, then you gonna grow up with the mindset of daddy got me, bro. That's just not me though. So I mean, I don't know. But me personally, looking at this with no other further context, it's looking like a case of they were raised like daddy got you, and daddy, you know what I'm saying, broke up with your mama, got with a new girl, and the new girl said, nah, that's crazy. These boys is grown men and they still in the crib just eating your snacks. Like, they need a job. And he said, you know what? You're right, Charlene. Hey, Charlene said, y'all need to get out. They said, I hate Charlene. I hate working. Daddy, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's what happened, but yeah.
If you look at my Instagram, you'll see that not my last video, but the video before that, 42, the song was written by Brian and I, and it was directed, the video, by Nico. And I went on and I said how proud I was of Nico at the time, and I really, really was. He did an awesome job in that video. Even before that, less than 2 years ago, these are the two gentlemen who stood up for me as my best men in my wedding. So abandonment, deadbeat dad, I'll reiterate, I've never missed a day of child support. I've been there every step of the way. BJ, he talks about Jack's new car. BJ had 3 brand new cars before he was 22. But I'm not talking about material things, because none of this has anything to do with money. It's about respect. Respect goes both ways. And even in family, there's a line.
But they the children, bro. Like, I don't understand how you a grown man. You know what I'm saying? Like, Brian McKnight, how old, bro? And this video was 5 years ago, so we'll take off 5 years off of that. He 55, so that means in this video he was darn near, you know what I'm saying? He was 50, bro. He was 50 in this video. So it's like, you 50 years old, a father, you're the adult here. You know what I'm saying? They are the children. You're supposed to be understanding of like, this is why the kids are upset. I presented this lifestyle to them that I was going to take care of everything for them. I told them that it was going to get real and I was going to have to eventually cut them off. They didn't take me seriously, and that's why they're upset. In that, them being upset, I have to understand and prepare that they are going to be upset. I can't catch me to no surprise that you upset and I'm going to just cut you. Oh, I ain't talking to you no more. Bro, what? And then to know that Nico was battling being sick, and it's like, y'all was still exchange? Bro, that's crazy, twin. If I found out, if I'm beefing, right, with a family member, I find out said family member is sick, bro, beef is done. It's dropped. To keep it a gangster, like, it's done. That's my kid at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? What did he say? He cut him off when they were like 22, when he was like 22. For 22 years, that was your seed. That was like your best man at the wedding. And even after finding out he's sick, you still going to ignore him because of like he got mad that you cut him off financially? 5 years? Come on, bro. Like, come on, bro.
That shouldn't and should not ever be crossed.
They're children, bro.
It's crazy to me that people will just believe anything. And I thought it was important to set the record straight and let you guys know that abandonment has nothing to do with any of this. Deadbeat dad, I've been there every step of the way. And let's also remember that these kids are 30 and 27, not 12. It's time for grown men to be grown men. And I'm sorry that tough love happens to be this way. And I do wish them the best. I want them to have and to reach their dreams and their full potential. But like any other man in the world, you got to go out there and you got to take it. As far as my daughter is concerned, you know, her mother, if you look back at my Instagram, she was a part of this family too, with Jack and Julie and Leilani and myself. And unfortunately, along the way, a couple of years ago, I got wind that there was an older cousin who was above 18 who was quite possibly having sex with her. So I called, as a father should, to the state office for children's affairs there in Arizona, and I never heard anything back. But the next thing that her mother did was to block all of us from her social media, from her phone, and completely estranged her from us. So what that told me was they didn't want me to be involved in her life that way. So to see the post that she said, considering that her mother only had a child with me for money in the first place, and I'll reiterate this, I have not missed a child support payment. She goes to one of the most incredible private schools in Arizona. So I don't know where this is all coming from, but I thought that I needed to let everybody know that there's another side to this story. You can choose to believe what you want. I thought that I would lay it out there for you. Anything that I say is actual and factual. All you have to do is Google Brian McKnight and Sons, and you'll see us singing all over YouTube. Go back and look at my Instagram. Go back a couple of years. You'll see that I posted about all of my children. But remember that these kids, these boys they're grown men, and tough love is exactly what it is. It's tough love. So thanks, everybody. Thanks for listening, and I hope that gives you a little bit more perspective.
Like he said, there are videos about him singing with his sons and stuff like that. I do want to see this.
Like whatever you're going through with your family, you're going through it behind closed doors. The public shit.
And he's doing it with a straight face. All that shit is corny. I don't want to sound like I'm repping for him. All I'm saying is I'm not taking Brian McKnight's music out of my playlist because his kids is assholes.
I don't think anybody else is.
Are you blaming the children? They might have bad vibes.
Fuck, man. I like this show.
I mean to laugh like that. Let me see. What did they say though? What did they say? Like he said, there's videos of them singing. They singing the national anthem here. Nico singing right here. They got a whole YouTube page, McKnight Bros. They haven't uploaded in 5 years. I'm trying to see if there's anything of like Nico saying anything. Sing for Us is 16 years ago. They're still on good terms. Is there like a thing of them like saying, you know what I mean?
Tyrese is being called out by the son of his longtime friend. Tyrese came to the defense of Brian McKnight after the masses slammed the fellow singer for labeling his biological adult children as a product of sin. Tyrese used to sleep under our pool table when I was a kid, he wrote on his Instagram stories Tuesday. Nico then told the sweet lady crooner that he should focus on fixing his relationship with his own daughter. Tyrese is being called out by the son of his longtime friend. Tyrese came to the defense of Brian McKnight after the masses slammed the fellow singer for labeling his biological adult children as a product of sin. Tyrese used to
He said, Tyrese used to sleep under our pool table when I was a kid. I know the 90s R&B brotherhood blood is thicker than anything, but you should sit this one out, champ. You have a relationship to fix of your own with your own children and your own past decisions, and you made on behalf of Blink and Power. The allegiance to these two things is what keeps you guys from seeing. That's the only real thing that matters in the end is family. Real man can see past the stuff. Let me stop though. This 46-hour chemo infusion has me ready to fade Jody. That's not right. Peace and prosperity. Yeah, like that's insane, bro. Beefing with your kid when you know your kid got cancer, bro, is insane, dog. Like me personally, like I don't know, dog. Like I don't think there's any circumstances that are just like beyond saving that. Me personally, I don't think there's anything like that. Is there Instagram live from Nico? This man had cancer, bro, and he was, you know what I'm saying? Like he just didn't care. Orlando Brown drags Kyle Massey on Instagram live. Nah, I'm sorry. I just looked up Instagram live and I saw that. Okay, I think this is it with this story. But geez Louise, man. I don't know. I think that's pretty sad. Pretty sad, bro. Rest in peace, Nico. Cancer is a horrific disease. I do not wish it on my worst enemy or my worst enemy's family. And yeah, man. Rest in peace to that young man. That's tough. From one, I guess, tragedy to another. Trey Chaney, he's crying in a new post about a tornado that destroyed his house.
What's up, y'all? So, I just got out the hospital. I'm getting ready to go see my son in ICU. 3 p.m. today, a tornado came through Henry County, Locust Grove, Atlanta. I lost my house. I lost everything in it. And thank God I'm still living. I survived the tornado. My son, he survived. I'm doing a video to let y'all know right now, man. Cherish life as much as you can. Like me and my son had a beautiful day today. Big ticket show. We was with Snoop from the Wild. We was chilling. And 3 o'clock today, a split second, my house is gone. I just got out the hospital. I got this bruise on my head. I wish I could replace the pain with my son. No, I wish he was the one that was doing the video and I was still in ICU. But I just got my phone back because I just crawled through where I was. And luckily the phone wasn't broke. I found it. But anything else I don't have. Thank you, Jehovah God, man, for sparing my life today. That I survived the tornado. That shit real. That this shit ain't no movie. This shit ain't no funny style shit. This shit is gangster. If fuck my neighbor house up, all that shit. But this bounce back gotta be different. Shout out to all my neighbors in my neighborhood who ran to my rescue. My son was thrown 300 feet out of his room. And I was sitting on my bed and I heard the wind and I felt the everything. And was wrapped up in the damn covers. Shout out to the police officer out here, man, who said we survived it. But this is from watching your house be built from the ground up in 2020 to 5 years later. That shit gone. Everything gone. I tap back in with y'all soon.
Prayers for sure. Prayers for sure. That's tough. That's definitely tough to see. And tough to experience. Hold on, let me pull up Atlanta News first story on it. The Wire's actor's son thrown nearly 300 feet from home in Locust Grove tornado. Malachi Chaney is recovering in the ICU at Grady Memorial Hospital. And this is from Atlanta News first. From Sarah Hammond and Hope Dean. An 18-year-old is in the ICU Friday after a tornado ripped through a Locust Grove neighborhood the day before. The teen's father, Trey Chaney, identified him as Malachi Chaney. Trey is an actor known for best playing Malik Poot Carr on HBO's The Wire. Trey said that he and Malachi just returned home from an event promoting The Wire, but 30 minutes after, they had gone to their rooms to relax and everything changed. Trey was sitting on the edge of his bed when the tornado ripped the house apart. I just remember turning to my right and my wall was coming towards my face and my body levitated in the air. Oh my goodness, he said. I know I blacked out, but I seen everything in my house coming towards my face. So the first thing I did was cover up. Trey woke up wrapped in the sheets with his face in the dirt. I was yelling Malachi's name out. Malachi, Malachi, where you at? When I came from under the covers, this is what I seen, he said, pointing to the Locust Grove home, which now sits in pieces. Right now, the National Weather Service believes the tornado was EF2 or higher. The final report is pending. The tornado threw Malachi 287 feet away in a nearby wood line. He was taken to Grady Memorial Hospital in an ambulance and remains in ICU. Trey said his son left with broken ribs and fractured bones in his face. Despite the injuries, he's able to open his eyes and squeeze his parents' hands. He's coming along, but the fact that he's in ICU and I came away with this just a scratch on my face, a bump on my head. I wish we could trade places, he said. My message, hugged on your loved ones. Dang, it looked like the whole... So he said it was him and his neighbor's house, but it looked like the rest of the neighborhood is still up. Man, I tell you, boy. The tornado appeared very suddenly. Neighbors told Atlanta News first there was no warning, and officials said the calls for damage and rescue came at the same time. The National Weather Service confirmed the tornado. It's very scary that it will form quickly and without warning and cause this amount of damage, Henry County Police Chief Jason Bolton said. You just never know. Friday is another first alert weather with lightning, damaging winds, and tornadoes possible as cold front sweeps through the region. This is a developing story. Check back with the Atlanta News first as we learn more. Yeah, definitely. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. And like you said, it changed in an instant. So you definitely want to appreciate each and every single moment that you have. And so salute. I definitely want to say salute, prayers to the family, everything like that. And yeah, man, like you said, cherish your family, cherish your loved ones, hug on your peoples. And because you just never know, bro. All right. Next up, my mixtapes. Antoine Massey's aunt speaks out. Antoine Massey, if you guys don't know, he's one of the escapees. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he's like one of the last escapees still out. Did Shreveport win? Bro, they won? Oh my gosh. Bro, LSU Shreveport baseball team went 59-0 in NAIA this season, bro. NAIA, excuse me, this season. The greatest season in college baseball history just happened, bro. They nearly won 60 games in a row. They would have won 60 games in a row. They played 60 games in a row. That is sensational. And they won the World Series. That is crazy, bro. They went 59-0. Okay, but Antoine Massey, I believe he's still out on the loose, right? Captured. Yeah, I don't think he's been caught yet. Eludes capture, post escape. What's his? Yeah. Right now, it's still Antoine and Derek. They're still on the run, bro. They are still on the run. So there's that. Okay. But yeah, this is his auntie. She's speaking out about her nephew.
Is going through. You niggas is opening up old wounds that we are trying to bury. We are trying to bury them. Y'all making my nephew out to be a monster. He is not a monster. Is Antoine a problem child? Of course. Anybody who know us know that. Has Antoine been a problem since they fucking won? Yes. But how did he get that way? Y'all know how he got that way. From watching his father get executed in front of him, but he's not the only one that it done affected. It affected his sister. It affected his mama. It affected all of his siblings. Do you understand what I'm saying? It affected all of them. But this is his story with it. His sister right now is locked up and incarcerated from allegedly helping him. Allegedly helping him. She ain't been right since she seen the murder of her father. I need for y'all to lift this family up in prayer. To tell us, where y'all at, man? Do y'all want to relive this shit again? Y'all still ain't healed from my brother death. Y'all still ain't healed from his death. And y'all gonna watch this shit go down in national TV, bro. I'm trying not to get upset because I've been crying all day at work today and I had to flip tables in there. This not his fault, y'all, and I'm not taking no sides. And I'm not trying to make excuses for him. But this not for him, y'all. Because trust me, he's scared right now. He's scared. He want to go home. Because he the type of nigga, he will make decisions and think afterwards. Because he not all there. Am I saying he don't know right from wrong? Yes, he know right from wrong. He grown. But the system raised him. He been in jail 14 years of his life. Come home, domestic violence, he back in there. All he wanted to do is see his mama who just come home. All he wanted to do is see his baby graduate. But we know that's not the way of going by doing. But in his mind, it is. It's his mind he can't do 14 more years. And the crazy part about it is he was the one with the lesser charges.
I honestly don't understand the point of this rant. I do think it's important to speak on, you know what I'm saying, the trauma that he's experienced and the trauma that the family's experiencing and why they act the way they act. At the same time, it's kind of like at the end of the day, he's escaped jail. He had more time to serve. He broke out before the end of his sentence. And you say he's not a problem, or you say he's not a monster, but you said he got out and first thing he did was domestic violence charge, and then like he got back in. So it's like he might not be a monster to you because that's your nephew and you understand, but like I guess technically speaking on paper, kind of lines up with the actions of a monster. So I do pray for the Massey family because now they've had people, you know what I'm saying, and their family get arrested, and now they're booked for like she said, allegedly helping him out and things of that sort. But yeah, I mean, like, don't break out of jail. Like, I don't know what to say. It was like, so okay, I'll use this time to go off on to do my little Zion rant. My Zion rant is just pretty similar to the DDG rant, and it's like, regardless even if the accusations that Zion Williamson received today, even if they were false, it's still Zion's fault, and it's Zion's fault for even dealing with and affiliating with, you know what I'm saying, particular type of woman. You just don't do that, bro. You just don't do that, because it's like it's like this, right? In the modern day, kind of what we see with a particular group of men, especially like with podcasts and stuff like that, podcast culture and the red pill manosphere, is you see a woman on Instagram because you're on your phone, you're on Instagram, you see a woman that you like on Instagram, you like how she looked, BBL shape, whatever the case might be, right? So you go to follow her. like her pictures or whatever. Then you decide to slide in the DMs. You see on her page after following her and checking out her page, her story every single day is the same thing. She going shopping for bags. She getting an elegant, fancy dinner and lunch, and she traveling all the time. She going to some Italy. She going to Greece. She going to ABC, right? She living a luxurious lifestyle. You see how she shaped, everything like that, and you decide to hit her up. You hit her up. Y'all start communicating. Y'all start going on dates. Ultimately, you realize that after a while, it ain't worth the headache. Y'all not really compatible at all, right? Y'all not really compatible at all. You don't like anything beyond their physical appearance. So y'all split ways. Afterwards, folks still do something to get more money out of you. And then what do you do afterwards? Man, women these days, bro, they just want your money. Like, what is we? Yes, the woman that you pursued with the bags, and I have no sympathy. I'll say that I have no sympathy for any men who get upset about women wanting money or women want a particular thing when that's all she advertised she wanted from the get-go, bro. She told you what type of woman she was, and you still went. You want me to feel sorry? I ain't feeling sorry for you, bro. So in this particular situation with this auntie, respect the auntie, everything like that, I understand the family trauma goes generations, like you say. Her father, so that would be, I presume, if that's on your side of the family, your brother, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to your brother and things of that sort, or your brother-in-law, or however that relationship is, right? I understand this is generational, and this is really, really deep-rooted trauma and things of that sort. And emotions are high right now. At the same time, bruh, he broke out of jail. Like, I don't have much sympathy for bro. He broke out of jail. As messed up as it sounds, that I don't have sympathy for him, because it's like, you know, the system and the way that it's set up for black people to even be incarcerated and split up the black families. Like you say, he wanted to see his baby graduate, things of that sort. Like, the system has been set up to break up the black homes and the black families, and it's systemic of, like, you know what I'm saying, everything like that, right? At the same time, bro, like, the reality of the situation is he's locked up right now, and he left before he was supposed to leave, bro. He ain't do his time. Like, he broke out before he served this whole time. So that being said, bro, it's like, it's hard for me to feel sorry for him, for real. And that's tough, but it just is what it is. It's the truth. Okay. This was a very interesting story. I haven't seen a clip of it, but I just saw the quote, and I was like, ain't no way in the world this is like true. Does anybody have a clip of it? Hold on. I guess I'll pull up the tag, right? So here it is, the tag. Jermaine O'Neal said, crazy story. My last name is made up. That's not even my dad's name. And here's the wild part. I'm one of 33 kids. True story. Jermaine O'Neal. Jermaine O'Neal's name is not even Jermaine O'Neal, bro. And he was one of 33 kids, bro. Is this it? This ain't it. Where's it? I gotta see this clip, bro. Where's this clip of him talking about his dad's name, bro? He said, keep working, your time's coming. Nah, y'all clipping the wrong thing, bro. Y'all clipping the wrong thing. Jermaine O'Neal, bro, was a sensational player, dog. I know a lot of youngins, you know what I'm saying, they might just know Jermaine O'Neal from the Brawl, the Malice in the Palace. Jermaine O'Neal is a sensational player, bro. He was a great post-up big, could shoot, face up, good mid-range post-game, things of that sort. Yeah, he was a good player, bro. He's a good player. I'm trying to see this, so trying to see if I can find the. See, look, Jermaine O'Neal. He had the braids and the headband as like a 6'10", 7-footer. Let me see. Yeah, he was him, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. He was him. All right, I'm gonna go back to this so I don't get copyrighted with these NBA clips. Let me see. I really want to see this clip of him talking about the name. This stuff sound like waking up at 7:30. I was cutting school class. School does don't concern me. Real Atlanta, bro. Oh my bro from the project. No. All my people got garages. Real Atlanta, bro. All my bros from the projects. R.I.P. to Shot It Low. I mean this when I say this. I done that it all. That's Fave. I mean, on Billy too. Still. Shout out to Max in the meantime while I'm looking this up. His new album, things of that sort. He had a couple joints on there. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of people was complaining about it. I'm like, bro, like, if you heard Max's previous music, this album was no surprise. Like, he's not necessarily the most lyrical guy. He doesn't like the most lyrical music at all either. I don't know why you'd be upset with what he said. Is this clip? Did they got a clip up here? Bro, I need this, bro. 4 greatest. Nah, I need to see this clip, bro. Because I don't even believe it, dog. It doesn't even make sense. If this is at least like split up. They don't even have little chapters, bro. That's crazy. They don't even have chapters. So he just said this, and you got to watch the whole hour and a half. Well, shoot, watch the Out the Mud podcast. Jermaine O'Neal. There's no chapters here, bro. Let me see. Oh man, here it is.
I'm shutting down. I'm feeling a certain way. I'm going home. I'm going to eat in my room. And my chef at the time already knew the way to put my food at. I text him, know where my food go. Right. And so I'm dealing with that. And when you're trying to build a career after not feeling appreciated in Portland, didn't feel appreciated in Portland. I felt appreciated from the city, didn't feel appreciated from the organization.
Right.
Right. And it's an amazing organization, by the way. Shout out to the Allen family who gave me the opportunity to be even sitting here having this conversation with you guys. So I respect that. But from a basketball perspective, it came down to appreciation. Right. And so that was the thing that really kind of spearheaded. And as we continue to get better, we got a little bit more nasty in how we presented, ourselves on the court. But again, when you ain't like this, it's hard to win.
That's right.
You can win a lot of games, but you ain't gonna win no championship.
Or speaking of championship, y'all had a 60. Was it 60?
It
was no camaraderie, really.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the team it was, but me and Ron wasn't. Right. And in order to win a chip, you gotta be there.
Your guys gotta be guys,
right?
For real.
Yeah, gotta be there. And we just never, like, I felt like at the time I felt like he was disrespecting what we were trying to do. And we tried, I tried my best, man, to look at it differently, but I wasn't at the time. I'm already dealing with my own demons. Like, make no mistake, brother, like, when you never feel whole and you achieve so much and that's never enough, and I'm triggered all the time, like literally like triggered all the time, where if I go into the hallway and I see my peers or my teammates or whoever, teams are always looking for the next that I was. And that was hard for me, bro. And then I, going to Miami, getting
Hey, dog, you remember now. No, man, that boy practiced like that.
Our players, man, because we all do go through a lot of things, and you have no idea that those level of things and how that impacts us in our real lives.
So can you explain to our viewers about dynamic prep with the NIL?
Yeah, completely different player. Yeah, but I mean, shit, that y'all know how it is, bro. Y'all get going, bro. It's like that's like pulling off a scab, boy.
Yeah, because you got a Hall of Fame class. You played
big, right? Try to use quickness, get too deep into it. She was upset about things, and there's a volatile relationship. So my thing was, I almost took it out on my mother. Right, my mother she was a force behind everything, man. You know, like you get your ass beat up in the streets. You gonna go home and get your ass beat at home, right?
Exactly.
It was a standard,
Damn
right?
right.
She wanted to set a standard because we ain't had nothing else but the standard to live off of, right? So it was one of those things where my mother became just a rock for me, man, and she taught me a lot. She taught me to value everything, bruh. I remember she always saying, "Look, you know, if you mistreat $1 of my money, I'm whooping your ass." And I always remember that. That's the standard that, you know, that I live on. Even with my kids, like, look, we're not about to, you know, waste no money on you not giving everything you got. And so I would say that my mother's for sure the one that really set the tone for me, man, when it came to aggression and, you know, standard and consistency.
Yeah, you had the opportunity to win multiple championships.
So I'll just view this 2-hour thing at some point, and then when I find it, if it's like crazy, but it seemed like it's gonna be crazy. So yeah, there's that. And then I wanted to wrap up tonight. I want to look at this Fanum thing. He talked about getting arrested. Now, you know, I'm from the Metro Atlanta area, as I mentioned every single, you know, stream here. But so I saw when Fanum's mugshot went viral on Facebook, like in my area, because, you know, it's like my area. It was Cherokee County, actually, which is in my county. I'm from Cobb, where A&P lives. But yeah, it was something that was talked about. So Fanum, after being gone for 2 months, he addressed it on stream during his walkathon on the treadmill.
We're gonna react to the body cam footage of Twitch streamer Fanum arrested after allegedly skipping court date. I'm saying everybody Spanish heavy. Chat, it is heavy, chat. Everybody Spanish heavy. Everybody spit crime time. This crazy. We about to get right into it.
This man is reacting on the treadmill. It's hilarious.
Fanum formula.
Negative 28 on a football and covered in Christmas lights.
Purple Lamborghini! Oh my God.
Damn, son. Hello.
All right. Look. So right now I have my Christmas lights because I was doing a TikTok. And I have my Christmas lights on.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So just so you know why I have it on. I ain't heavy. I know.
It's driver's license. How you doing? I'm alright. How are you?
You see me? How you doing? I'm mad respectful. Lazy.
How you doing tonight? Got anybody else down there?
Hey, yo.
You know what I'm stopping you for this morning at this point? I think it's the lights. Not the lights. You don't have the license plate.
Why?
I don't know. All right, look. I want to say something real quick because I know people were saying, why you don't got a license plate? Yo, bro.
Damn, son.
I'll be real with you, bro.
www.
People be doing, listen. I'm new to this. I ain't gonna lie, I'm new to this. Hold on. All right, so look. People will like search up your plate and find your address and do a whole bunch of weird, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro. But two, I definitely got to have a plate on this car. I got a couple cars, bro. And because I'm moving around so much, bro, no cap. It sounds crazy. I genuinely forgot it wasn't a plate on it. I don't really drive a Lamborghini like that. I don't drive yours that much. I'm a bleak, you know what I'm saying? I drive a different car, and I just don't get in that car, bro. So, you feel me? I got in for the TikTok, but that's my fault for forgetting that.
Yeah, what's going on with it?
I know it sounds like that.
Whose car is it?
It's mine.
It's your car?
Yeah.
So what's going on?
That was kind of weird though. Who car is it? That was kind of loud. Well, you know,
got to have it on.
I don't drive a car that much. I was doing a video for it. That's what lights.
Okay. How long have you owned it? I just need some sort of proof that you own the car.
Okay, let's get you like registration.
Yeah.
Everything calm and collected, chat. When I get pulled over, chat, I can turn my vehicle off. You know what I'm saying? I talk in a calm demeanor.
You're coming from tonight.
You know what I'm saying?
You're going home? Where are you coming from?
I was shooting a video.
So you're shooting video.
Yeah.
All right. Anything to drink tonight?
No.
smoke anything?
No, I don't smoke.
Take any prescription medication? Illegal narcotics?
God damn.
I'm about to, yeah, he running down the list.
I thought I was in like interrogation room like that. Like, God damn, bro. You feel me? But
But,
yeah,
hey,
whatever.
look, but I tell you, man, I seen this thing. I was watching who was it? Cadillac Chronicles, right? I was watching AJC interview with them, right? And Mike Jordan, the editor of View Atlanta, which is the black kind of portion, black culture portion of the AJC, he was like, yeah, one of the reasons why he moved to Atlanta from Huntsville and stayed was because he didn't have a fear of being pulled over as much in Atlanta. And let me tell you something, that might be the case with APD in the city. As soon as you step out, Douglas County, Cobb County, Cherokee County, who else? Henry County, any of them outskirts, boy, they is on your head. Now the Cab and Clayton might be on the same stuff that APD is on, but when you step out 15 minutes outside the city, good luck, Charlie. I was pulled over, like I say this, I feel like all the time too. From 17 to age 20, bro, I was pulled over probably like 5-7 times, bro. Legit. One time it was prom night. I was 18 and I had the dim lights on because I was driving my stepdad's whip, and like he had some high beaming lights, and I was, behind someone, so I turned them down to the little parking lights, but he pulled me over. He said, "Turn on your lights, bro. Like, turn on your lights." And he let me go because it was, I still had on my full, tux. So he let me have a good night. Other times it was speeding or like hanging out with my friends, because like if you in the car with multiple people and y'all talking and you just sitting in the car talking, but like, when you talk, it fogs up in the car if the windows rolled up. Even if you have the AC going on in the car and stuff like that. And this, my first couple years driving, we ain't got no car, we don't have no apartments and nothing like that. We pretty much living out our cars with our friends and stuff like that. But if you sitting somewhere and you talking to friends or you talking to a friend in the car and it start fogging up, they gonna knock on the door because, you could be smoking, or, you could be, so I got stopped for that a couple times and stuff like that. Most times I was just talking to my friends, and then speeding, so, where in areas where it's 55 a light before and it switched up to 45, you don't even see the sign. So you still going like 55 type speed, and then they pull you over for speeding. So Cobb County, bro, is relentless. But like I said, all those areas, anywhere outside the city, bro, they be tweaking. And this man got pulled over for not having a license plate. He ran down. Did you drink? Did you smoke? Do you got narcotic? Do you go on drugs? Man, come on, bro. They ain't even, bro, just looking for a reason to arrest him.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that's like, I'm not a cop, so I don't know the protocol for actually being police, like all the way through, but you know what I'm saying? He asked the question that he got to ask, right? Right there, he's looking at my registration, trying to make sure, you know what I'm saying, that vehicle is mine.
Weight loss for so long.
I felt on the reaction.
Go for it. That'll be it.
Everything calm, chat. The car is off. If the cop feels safe, I'm also safe. That's how I try to go. You know what I'm saying? If the cop feels safe, I'm safe. You feel me? I gotta make sure the cop feels safe. Cause I don't want to get shot at. I ain't gonna lie.
22.
So,
all right. Give me a moment. I'll be right back with you, okay?
Now, by the way, I want to interject real quick. This is why he pulled me over, though. He wasn't behind me to see that I didn't have my plate on. There was another officer down the road. He had somebody else pulled over. When I passed him, the exhaust of the Urus, he just didn't like it. You feel me? I wasn't flooring it or nothing like that. He just heard, like, I literally just drove by normally. And when I passed him, he radioed in to the other cop, which is the cop that's pulling me over right now in the video. And he said, yo, pull over that Lamborghini that's packed and just pass me. We were on opposite sides of traffic. There was no way he never saw the back plate because he was opposite to me. He bust a U-turn, bro, to get me. And then when he seen I had no plate, that was his reason to pull me over. But you know what I'm saying? There was never a reason originally except for the radio from the other cop, so you know.
I've seen Fanum in some videos say he's not black, he's Dominican. And then I've seen him in other videos where you know, AMP would be like black excellence, and he'd be like, yeah. Buddy, I hate to tell you, in America, in the States, you're gonna be treated like a black man. I hate to tell you.
Nah, he was born. He was definitely born. Now this is gonna be a funny ass story time. Cause there's a whole bro. I'm gonna tell you right there. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Security Alpha 41, clear for traffic, negative 29.
My son back. Oh, my bad.
10-4, 27 back to a 2021 Lamborghini blue in color to a Roberta subject out of Marietta. Showing registration expired, valid insurance.
Everybody spam sub up. Everybody spam sub up.
Later, could be 10.
Nigga, I ain't been live for 2 months. Sub up. Heard of my dad. Word 2.
248.
Man, heard it all.
42, you start this way.
6,000 subs. Like, at this point, he had over 8,000 subs. So.
Clear, I'm 36.
Holy shit, my legs aren't hurt.
30, clear, 104.
Now, during this time, I was calm. I was sitting in the coach with the bro. I said, bro, listen, if he tell me to step out, because after a certain amount of time, it's like, what's going on, right, chat? Like,
yeah.
Think about it. After a certain amount of time during a traffic stop, you gonna start questioning, damn, like, what's going on?
Yeah. So
I told bro, I said, listen, if he tell me to step out the vehicle, I'm going to jail. I'm in there right now. You feel me? Keep watching. Keep watching.
He said, I'm going to jail. Oh,
Sure, 2091, you good for? 105.
Yo, Cal Dub with the big 5 gift, that. Or you can stand, whatever. Shout out to plug me in with the gifted.
Expired and suspended all for failure to appear. He is suspended.
You see, at this point, I don't know this yet, but my license is suspended, chat. So which I had a lawyer on it, but I'm not really sure what happened with that. But word, we here though.
Yes, driver is.
But he doesn't have a 1017?
No.
Driving suspended?
Yeah. Do you want to?
Okay. Hold on.
This is your stop.
Oh,
you're the decision maker on this.
Yeah.
This is your stop. Get it.
Okay, chat. So look, I believe the cop that stopped me was a rookie cop. I'm not sure. You feel me? I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. I'm not saying that that way. But I think he was a rookie cop. The second officer that you hear in the video is the cop that radioed into him to pull me over. So that's what you're hearing on the video.
Which is interesting. This is not the first time I've seen this vehicle.
Oh, yeah?
No, I saw it at 92 in Indian Valley pulling out. He did the same thing. I don't know if you heard it. but he crested the hill past my traffic stop.
Checking out the 29 clear for traffic exit 29.
Like, bro.
Number 2775 to Roberta, subject of Marietta is showing Class C Charlie.
That's the only shit I find weird. I didn't speed past him. I drove normal. It's just that the exhaust to him was like, whoa, this is not, like, who the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? And that's the reasoning for me getting pulled over. I could understand if I committed like a speeding or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was nothing. He just heard the exhaust and decided to go. Like, what the fuck?
Suspended. Negative 29.
Okay, so we're clear on what's happening.
Yeah.
What do you want to do with the car?
He says he lives in here. He's got a buddy. If his buddy's got a valid driver's license and wants to take it to the house, I'd be okay with that.
Okay. That sounds fair.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Man, truck. It was cold as fuck too, by the way, chat.
So where do you live?
Go ahead and mute my shit.
That's right there.
Yep, left, right, right.
Okay. Do me a favor. Come on back here with me for a moment.
Oh my God, boy.
You got any weapons with you? Guns, knives, explosives? Come on back here in front of my car. Nothing illegal on you. Well, why is your license suspended?
Boom!
It is? Yeah. I'll say that. What?
So at this point, I'm not gonna cap. I'm thinking he gonna I feel like if he's asking me, it's because he might let me go. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he asked me a question. So you know what I'm saying? I'm about to answer it.
What does it say?
You said you get a feeling why I might say that.
Because I had a ticket, but the blur's handling it, so I don't know if I don't know how it works.
Okay, saying it's suspended for failure to appear. So you didn't show up for a court hearing, and so the judge suspended your license, okay? Because of that, you are under arrest. Put your hands behind your back.
How fast is
Hang off for a second. Right now, just put your hand behind your back.
Always calm and collected, chat. Always calm and collected, bro. Take notes, you know what I'm saying? We are out there driving these streets, chat. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make the cop feel comfortable. I'm sorry, that's a society we live in, bro. You gotta make sure he's comfortable, bro. So I got you. Can I just pass this over? I'll give it to the cop. That's fine, bro. Ain't no problem. You know,
dude.
we good, bro. Chill. You feel me? Because if I even were to hesitate for more than, you know what I'm saying? I might be on the ground. I don't want to be on the ground, but I got a greedy unit on, chat. No cap. Like, I don't want to get on the ground, chat.
Does he get a driver's license?
There's ID on in there, yeah. Can I get the phone? I'll leave the phone if I leave.
Let me get your hand, dude.
But the thing about suspended licenses is that unless you know that your shit is suspended, but I didn't know that my shit was suspended. And the reason why I don't know is because usually when your shit gets suspended, you do get mail that tells you that you're suspended. Now, unfortunately, but fortunately, and thanks to the Most High, I happen to be a little bit of an anomaly because I've been blessed to have multiple different cribs. So if they send it to a crib that I'm not at, I literally, unless I go and check the mail, I would never see the mail. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
that's literally what happened. So this whole time my shit was suspended, but I just didn't know. You know what I mean? And that's cool. Like that's not their fault. That's my fault, right? Like my suspended. We out. You feel me? Calm shit. Ain't it crazy?
Oh, is your ID in here? Actually, look, you should have my driver's license.
I got the driver's license.
Yeah. You want to Yo, tell Steve to come get this V.
I said, tell Steve to come get this V.
You live over there at 204?
I'm a block away from home.
Okay. Does he get a driver's license?
Yeah.
You okay if he drives your car over there?
Now, I didn't like that I was a block away from home. You know what I mean? Like, if he would have just been like, yo, bro, your shit's suspended. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to walk home. So now I would have walked that block. You know what I mean? And one of the bros took the car and parked it up. Cool. But obviously that wasn't the plan right now. No bullshit.
Okay. Cool. So you're being charged with two things. One is expired registration, or I'm sorry, not having registration on the car because the registration was expired in 2023.
Well, that's the picture I showed you. It still was expired.
Still expired.
So the car is registered in New York now. I just showed you that for verification that I own the vehicle.
Okay, so then it's an unregistered motor vehicle.
No, it's registered.
And I do want to say an unregistered car is not enough for you to go to jail. That is a traffic ticket. An expired license is also not enough for you to go to jail. That's also a ticket. I'm letting y'all know.
In New York. Exactly. How long have you lived here? Because you said you live over there at 204.
You're right. But there's a temporary... No, I want to paperwork for it, but I understand. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I understand. No more talking. Let's go. I understand. You know what I'm saying? I understand. Let's go.
Car for me. The registration issue is something that I would release on citation. You're going to jail for the
suspended license. Yeah,
because it was a failure to appear specifically, okay?
Right.
You got anything on you that's illegal? No. Nothing that can poke me, stick me, hurt me?
No, it should be fine.
Start your feet apart for me.
Yeah, it's gonna fail to appear, chat. That's why my license got suspended. It was an FT. I got a ticket. They see the ticket. If you don't see it and don't pay it after enough time, you get your license suspended. For me, but granted, I had told my lawyer about the ticket. He told me my license was good money after that, but I would still have to. You know what I'm saying? He's still gonna battle it in court. For me, that's why the cop was a bit confused because I didn't have a warrant for my arrest. You know what I'm saying? Because if you have a failure to appear, you have a bench warrant. But I had no bench warrant, just a suspended license. It didn't really make sense. I kind of think it was a clerical error, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not here to argue with police. You know what I'm saying? I'll get in that car and you know what I'm saying? We can handle that shit later. By the way, can we clap it up? They did not use two handcuffs. They used one. I will lose weight, lazy.
Tomorrow, set up one thing. I'll get it. It can go with you, but I'll take it. It's gonna meet you at the jail. Yeah, you'll be able to get phone numbers out of it.
All right.
What do you do for work?
What the fuck? What do you do for work? Is it crack you sell? What do you do for work? Like, yo, bro, chill, bro. Just take me to jail, bro. Come on, just take me to jail, bro.
You make YouTube videos?
Yeah.
All right, what should I get in here? Say however you got to get comfortable.
Let's do it. How far is
You said get comfortable. How you gonna get comfortable like
15
that?
Boom,
Who do you want to take your car? Is it the dude that was in the passenger or that guy?
All right, boom. All right, now we gotta watch when I was in the back of the car. Good. Look, chat, look.
crime time?
What do you think?
Crime time.
Oh, crime time.
Yo.
Crime time.
Nah, no funny shit. I'm so unserious, bro. I'm so unserious. I do not be giving no fucks, bro. All right, now the story time is not over. You saw the video part. Boom, I go to jail. You know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking too much of it because I know I'm going crazy, so I'm gonna be out soon. What happened when I got there? Okay, so it was Cherokee County, right? So the jails here is a little different. You gotta change into all orange. Like, nigga, to me, I think I was in prison. You know what I'm saying? I had to throw the whole shit on. And butt naked, you have to put some tighty whities on. You feel me, like Captain Underpants, but cool though, whatever. When I was in there, I went ahead and
he said he done been to prison. Did he say that? He said I done been to prison.
I think I was in prison. You know what I'm saying? You gotta change into all orange. Like, nigga, to me, I think I was in prison. You know what I'm saying? I had to throw the whole shit on. And butt naked, you have to put some tighty whities on. You feel me, like Captain Underpants, but cool though, whatever. When I was in there, I went ahead and had to write down some numbers because I couldn't have my phone, obviously. And I put it in my sock. When I put it in my sock, it was like, what you mean, Ayo? How's that Ayo? Nigga, how's that? What? How's that Ayo? Pause what? What I say? What I say? butt naked. Oh, yeah, that's jail for you, man. All right, so I wrote down some numbers in my sock, right? I mean, on paper, and I put it in my sock. And when I did that, they was like, "You been to jail before?" You feel me? I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." Like, it's calm shit. Like, of course, whatever. Feel me? They look at me like, "Oh, like." I walked into the spot. It was like a little holding cell type shit. Like 3 people there. An hour and a half passed. You feel me? I still don't get bailed out. I was trying to get bailed out, but I can't bail myself out. I think I'm not sure. So I just told the bro, bail me out. Shout out to C's. Everybody's paying WC's for bailing me out, though. I ain't gonna lie. No cap. No bullshit. So, yo, C's, bro. Bro, C's, bro, because C's was all the bros did, but I had C's do it, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll send a bro later, but I can't bail myself out. It's weird. Like I kept asking, like, yo, bro, can I just? But I had to get somebody to do it. They said I'd be out in 20 minutes. Chat. Them 20 minutes turned into 7 hours. Anyways, after an hour and a half of being in the holding cell, they transferred me to Gen Pop, or their version of Gen Pop. So I walk into, you ever seen 60 Days In? The same shit, bro. It's 2 floors, a whole bunch of cells. I'm like, damn, I'm about to be here for a little minute. I walk into the General Pop, whatever. The cop that was dragging me to go in there, he genuinely was racist and shit. I'm not gonna cap. Like he just hated me.
That's what I'm saying.
And I ain't do shit to him, but whatever. It's cool, you feel me? His life stink, bro. So I go in. Boom, I go into my cell. When I first got there, I'm not gonna cap. I never been in a bunk bed situation like that. So I'm be real with you, bro. I think it was on that at first because I didn't know what was going on. There was a guy sleeping on the bottom bunk, and the top bunk was empty. No bullshit. I dead ass woke up. The nigga that was downstairs on the bottom bunk. I said, yo, bro. He woke up, he was like, dude, man, what's up, man? And I was like, oh, nah, this shit sweet. So he wake up, we talking mad shit. He in there for a DUI. He about to spend Christmas and New Year's in there, chat. No bullshit, bro. I said, oh my God, bro, like, you got it way worse than me. I'll be out in a couple hours. And then he was chilling, talking shit. And I just waited. Time passed. And then that's it. You know what I'm saying? I got bailed out. And then I was outside, chat. So anyway, W story time. You know what I'm saying? Fanum home, bitch.
Oh man, that's funny. Shout out to Fanum. Glad he's home. That is definitely some outside of Atlanta stuff. Guys, if you are new to the channel, this is the Road to 5K Subs. My name is Rashad Milligan. W stream as always. Hey, have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good evening, have a good night. And if nobody else told you today, I care for you. I will see you again tomorrow. I hope these are like a couple of my goals. I want to go to a couple events tomorrow in Atlanta before I have to work at night. I don't know if I'm gonna make them because the first one is at 10:30. I know I could probably make the second one, but I don't know about the first one at 10:30 in the morning because it's currently 2:30 in the morning. I have to edit. So wish me luck on making the event. But if I make it, it'll be some content on this page. Until next time, you guys, please take care of yourselves. I'll see y'all tomorrow. This was 81, by the way. 81 streams in a row, 81 days in a row. Rest in peace to Kobe, man. Rest in long live the Bean, man. Until next time, y'all take care.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
George Shaw Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon, we can't ask Rashad.
Okay, Rashad.